Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. This is going to be a weekend reading, a weekend check-in. All the cards were shuffled prior to filming. We did have one flip and shuffle. We have Geometry card number 24. This is my archetype deck, Mantegna Tarot. See if we have one more card to come out here. Okay, that's it. This is what is this called? The Rain Shadow Tarot. So card number 24, Geometry, is a card of strategy. This archetype is always weigh carefully the forces at play. This card. See what other messages we have here for the weekend. We got the Page of Pentacles that came out in the shuffle. The Knight of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Wands. Oh, we have a few more. I guess we'll take those. Seems like a lot. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Sorry about that. There was some kind of disruption. Four of Wands. Page of Cups. Judgment and the King of Swords. Is that how they came out? King of Swords, Page of Cups, Judgment? No, I'm pretty sure it was this way. Okay, we have Geometry, and then let's get a card from the Starseed Oracle. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, that shows some growth. The page is a messenger, offering or bringing in a message of stability, and the Knight of Pentacles can carry that message or that pentacle further. That is something growing stronger. Perhaps that is your own self-confidence, your own stability, the standing you have on your own 2 feet. Here we have double mission, and let's see if we want to get another one. Okay, after the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles. That is a result of hard work. It's hard work paying off. Building up on your stability, building up on your coins, building up your material foundation. And then there's the Four of Wands, which is a card of completion. It is, in a way or in a sense, crossing the finish line. It can be indicative of partnerships in marriage, or a coming together into a contract of sorts, as one would see in marriage. And then we have the Page of Cups. This is a card about a message of love, a message of sincerity, perhaps even a message of compassion. This is something emotionally driven being presented to you. And then we have the card of Judgment. Judgment should be pretty self-explanatory. It is also the balance in the scales, similar to the scales of justice. Here we have the black and white here being represented in the circle, the yin yang, bagua, if you're familiar with those things. If not, it's something you can Google. It is about balancing the masculine and feminine energies. It's about seeking balance in the universe. And then we have the King of Swords, which is a king that is very strong and stable, grounded in his thinking. He has access to the truth. He can be cutting with his words, but usually he speaks only when the words matter and speaks with clarity of intention. Okay, we have geometry and we have double mission and the Seas of Mintaka. Card number 24 was geometry, strategy, considering all the elements. So that go into a situation, right? Weigh carefully the forces at play. So this could be the influence of the planets. What kind of forces are at play? If we are seeking judgment, or if we are to receive the results of a judgment, what kind of forces are at play in the forming of that judgment? It looks like there are forces of material and earthly stability and wealth growing. That is a force at play, as well as emotional energy here shown with the Page of Cups. So let's look at double mission and the Seas of Mintaka. Double mission says, Lightworker Starseed, serve the world by being you. Lightworker Starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have the feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually on an individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way, a collective mission. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger. Until they remember their collective mission, it can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for lightworker starseeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up, and then lose yourself in the doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. Starseed Soul Inquiry asks, how can you serve the world by being you? This card shows that you're being asked to figure out what lights you up, what inspires you and your passions and your joys, and keep doing that. You're being asked to create or contribute something creative. This card is also asking you to use your voice and to come out of hiding and to show the world who you are, what lights you up, and bring that out to the world. bring it out to the community, to show it, to present it. And from that creativity, you will grow in your material foundation. The Seas of Mintaka. This card says, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could ever imagine, so clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The Seas of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you're currently doing has great potential. Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. This is highly indicated in these cards. If it appears in a spread, it's a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you're unaware, to look at them and see them clearly and consciously, so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to the light of day? The Starseed Soul Inquiry asks, how can you see the potential of a situation you're facing? What unconscious patterns are you being called to bring to light? Again, if your unconscious pattern is to hide your gifts, you're being called to bring those forward. This reading suggests that you can reap rewards from your skills and your creativity. There is a message of clarity in the waters that are represented in this card, the Seas of Mintaka. The clarity of those waters. The King of Swords has the ability to have the clarity that the Seas of Mintaka represent. The clarity of thought, the clarity and purity of thought. You are being asked to consider your environment. Consider what is working in your favor. Consider what kind of traits, abilities, or skills you have left untapped. You're being asked to examine those traits and characteristics or skills that you have and find a way to creatively bring them to the light. That creativity that you can use to bring them to light should bring you joy. It should light up your passions. This is part of the double mission card's message. Follow those passions, follow your joys. So you consider your environment, what's going on around you, what are the needs of your community, what are your own needs, and how do those work together? Do they fit? How can you work your magic so that the community and yourself both can benefit from your skills and creativity? If you're able to examine the energies at play, you can tap into your own resources to grow your stability from the Page to the Knight of Pentacles, to work hard and move through the Pentacles suit, right? We have the Eight of Pentacles, which is a lot of hard work. It is productivity. The Nine of Pentacles is that point where you have metaphorically accumulated your wealth, harvested your coins. This is an opportunity to sit back and take a look at the work that you have accomplished, to enjoy the fruits of your labor. With the Four of Wands here, it suggests that this is a completion, sort of a resting period, but more so a time to celebrate. It's an achievement. What can you recognize within yourself as an achievement? Is it your independence? Is it financial independence? Are you taking care of yourself? Are you supporting yourself? Are you making it? Now, we all face struggles in our day-to-day life, but you're surviving. You're making things work. You're figuring things out. Obviously, you're being resourceful in some way or another. And this is a celebration of that resourcefulness, of that completion, of being able to stand where you are, knowing that you can take care of yourself, and trusting yourself and having confidence in yourself. This Page of Cups shows that you've had patience with yourself to find a way to work things out. And perhaps someone else is recognizing your tenacity. This is where the card, the Judgment, comes into play. Judgment is card number 20. It is a card, it's a card where you see the truth coming into play. How do we arrive at the truth? What kind of influences are at play? Where does the information come from? What is the truth? Who is watching? From our actions, have we behaved with integrity? Have we spoken words with integrity? Do we need forgiveness? Do we get second chances? Judgment is a card that can represent action. This card asks you to make a decision and find a solution. A solution to what? Whatever challenges you find yourself up against in your life, you can find a solution. The King of Swords has access to all this information. He has this wisdom at his disposal. He has the resources to solve problems, to overcome challenges. This card, Judgment, indicates that a lot of thought has been put into a situation, and it's time to evaluate the data and come to a conclusion. That data could be anything from an evaluation of your circumstances to your own behavior or the behaviors of others. How do all these energies come into play? Always weigh carefully the energies at play. Geometry and judgment have very similar meanings. This is where the Fool stands at the edge of the cliff, has made considerations, thought logically, pragmatically, assessed the situation, and yet he is still poised and ready to make that giant leap. And he trusts his next step. He trusts his next step because he has this wisdom. He's made the judgment. This reading suggests that you have learned, you have expanded, you have stepped through your path in the direction of growth. And now, after assessing the circumstances, it is time to move forward in the best logical direction, based on the wisdom and knowledge that you have accessible to you. I will pull a little card here from the Visconti deck, a little clarifying card. Let's see. Let's see if there's an additional message or confirmation we can get on this reading. Too many cards there, but we do have one that came out. Let's see if we get any other messages. Message for clarity or confirmation. And then we'll wrap it up, this weekend reading. I think the message is pretty clear as it is. To boldly go on to the next step because you've made an assessment on the circumstances at play, on the challenges that you face. You have been resourceful. You're being asked to be creative. Work your magic with your creativity, with your resourcefulness, and find a way to make the best judgment for yourself and your circumstances to move forward. Here we have another card. I'll just leave it at those two. Okay. So the first card we have here is Judgment. So look at that. Just to reiterate the message. And we have the Empress. The Empress is the culmination of all the queens. It's a very balanced energy. She has the ultimate wisdom. You have the ultimate authority over yourself, over your choices, and over your life. So if you found that you have decisions to make, challenges to face, and we have decisions and challenges to face on a daily basis, and often we have a sounding board, people that we trust, people in whom we confide, and we run our ideas by them, in order to ensure for ourselves that we are making the best decisions on our own behalves. These cards suggest that you have the ability to make those decisions with the sound judgment that you possess. Having friends and confidants is healthy. But you are the ultimate voice over your life. You are the ultimate decision maker. You are the one on whom you can be most reliant. You are the person in whom you can place the most trust when you're making your decisions for the most practical and pragmatic steps along your journey. That's the message for the weekend. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight.